In the spirit of all things snowy and wintry, I figured what a better time than now to discuss my top 5 favorite Ice-type Pokemon. Ice-types have notoriously had a very bad reputation for being weak and useless compared to the other 17 types, but that doesn't mean we haven't had a few really cool beasties over the years. So remember to bundle up, it's time to talk about my favorite Ice-type Pokemon. I've always loved dinosaurs, ever since I was a little kid. So as such, I've always had a bit of an attachment to the fossil Pokemon as well. Some, however, never really jived with me. Omastar and Kabutops were meh, Cradily and Armaldo were just as bland, Bastiodon was stupid, and Rampardos is pretty cool, Archeops is good, and Caracosta's just there. But out of all the fossils, my favorites have always been Tyrantrum and the number 5 spot, Aurorus. I love this Pokemon's design. From the fins on its head to its sparkling eyes, this Pokemon just exudes the beauty of the Ice type in its purest form. Its half rock typing, while providing excellent synergy for its stab coverage, does however grant it one of the most weaknesses of any Pokemon, being 6, while being weak to water, grass, rock, and ground, and even having 2 4-times weaknesses to fighting and steel. This Pokemon may be able to hit pretty hard with its stab moves, but its typing makes it basically irrelevant. But I don't care, this Pokemon is beautiful and powerful, and I absolutely adore it. Generation 1 doesn't really have a spot in my heart like the later generations did. However, the likes of Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon Exeggutor Darkness did give me a fondness to many of its roster. Some of them are even in my favorites of all time. And one of the Pokemon worthy of that placement is Lapras. I've already mentioned how much I love Lapras and my top 5 favorite Kanto Pokemon, which I'll leave a card up in the corner in case you want to check it out, but allow me to go a little further into detail here. Lapras was first exposed to me back in the Stadium games, where I didn't really think anything of it. However, in Exeggutor Darkness, the penultimate trainer you face before the final boss Greevil, Ardos, possessed one as a Shadow Pokemon. Once I got it and purified it, I decided to try it out. And while its offensive and defensive prowess are overshadowed by many other Pokemon, including some Ice types, I love using it regardless. It has great coverage options and even good attacking stats, allowing it to hit from both sides of the spectrum, physical and special. Its design, however, is the main reason why I love it. Going back to the dinosaur comment before as well, Lapras being based on the myth of the Loch Ness Monster, a sauropod, aka dinosaur, gives it a great origin for me, and makes it even more intriguing. Plus, it's just too freaking adorable to not love. Gen 7 brought to us a new type of form known as the Alolan form. These were altered appearance Pokemon of previous mons from Generation 1. And while some, such as Alolan Golem, Alolan Muck, and Alolan Dugtrio, never really sat well with me, I was intrigued by the 2 Pokemon who evolved with the newly introduced Ice Stone, Alolan Sandslash and Alolan Ninetales. And while I admittedly find Sandslash's design cool and badass, I can't ignore the utter beauty bestowed to Alolan Ninetales. Ever since Pokemon Emerald, where I needed a fire type for my team and found Vulpix on top of Vampire, I grew a strong attachment to the Vulpix line, and seeing its new Alolan variant made me love it even more. Giving it the fairy type also made it the ultimate last word in dragon killing, seeing as it had both the types dragons are deathly afraid of. However, combining these types meant that it basically can't even look at a steel type without fainting. Even still, its design is even prettier than regular Ninetales, and absolutely made me fall in love with this icy little fox. Now, it wouldn't be a top 5 list of mine without a legendary on there somewhere. However, when it comes to the Ice type, there's precious few. But even with so little, one Ice type captivated me more than any other. Articuno, the Ice Bird of the Kanto trio, is not only one of my favorite Ice types, but it's also my favorite of the 3 legendary birds. Maybe because it's seen as the underdog among the 3. It doesn't have the omnipresent state and OU like Zapdos does, or the raw fire power of Moltres, but it somehow shined to me more than the other 2. Articuno is a defensive Ice type, which in all honesty is kind of an oxymoron. Ice types really can't be defensive in nature regardless of their stats, especially in Articuno's case, where it's weak to the omnipresent Stealth Rock as well as common Steel, Fire, and Electric attacks. But its underdog status is kind of what drew me towards it. And as if this wasn't obvious enough given the other picks so far, its beauty also made me love it. It's the most majestic of the three, which is perhaps why it's referred to as the mascot of Team Mystic in Pokemon Go. Whatever the case may be, I still love this bird, no matter how weak it may be. With the introduction of Generation 4, we had several Pokemon who got an evolution from previous generations. Notably Pokemon such as Tangela and Togetic, whose evolutions actually made them viable in-game and in competitive play. The same went for one of the older Ice types from Generation 2 in Mamoswine. However, my favorite Ice-type Pokemon isn't him, or even Glaceon, but an evolution of a Pokemon just one gen prior, Frostlass. Ghost types are cool, Ice types are also cool, combining them both together, the coolest. Frostlass is based on an old Japanese legend of the Yuki Noko, a woman who exists in the mountains and beckons male travelers towards her. When she has them in her clutches, she drains the life out of them to fill the hole in her heart. It's tragic, and Frostlass reflects this in regards to its evolution from Snorunt. Based on the implications of it evolving via the Dawn Stone, which gives off energy of the morning light, it's implied that the stone itself melts Snorunt, killing it and transforming it into Frostlass. It is a theory, yes, but one I think puts a neat context into the Pokemon's design and backstory. Frostlass is also not too bad in battle either. Now, most people use her as a status user, with some combination of Taunt, Destiny Bond, Thunder Wave, etc., but I personally like using her as a fast special sweeper in the hail. With Snow Body, her evasion is increased, making it harder to hit her, and with max investment in special attack and speed, combined with her amazing coverage and stab moves in Ice Beam or Blizzard, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, and Psychic, she can dish out heaps of high-powered damage while avoiding attacks all the while. And to beat a dead horse finally into the ground, I love her design as well. Very elegant, beautiful, yet also mysterious and slightly unnerving. All these factors and more cement Frostlass as my #1 favorite Ice-type Pokemon. I hope you guys enjoyed this little rundown of my favorite Ice-type Pokemon to sort of celebrate the holidays. I hope you all as well have a happy holiday, and if you guys want to see more, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. And if you guys have any ideas for future content, please let me know in the comment section down below or on my Twitter page @Zodiris. And until next time, this has been ZDS, making YouTube for fun one video at a time, and I will see you all in the next video.